I said it last game. I said it last game. The bench either needed to step up or get less minutes, and they stepped up this game, you guys. This was awesome. Pelicans win. They score 140 points. 143 to 130 against the Chicago Bulls, who started out the season really, really good, then lost a bunch of games in a row, and then, who knows where they're at right now. So, but definitely a competitive Chicago Bulls team. They're no slouches. They played quick. They scored a lot of points, obviously. I'm not going to say the defense was all that incredible, but hey, a W is a W. I get maybe 10 episodes of these wins this year, so let me enjoy it, all right? Zion played awesome in this game. I mean, he's the main story. Awesome. He had 29 points. He looked super comfortable. He had 13 of 16 free throws. Like he could get 16 free throws every game. He honestly gets fouled more than that, but we'll take 16 free throws if we could get that many in. He knocked him down tonight. He doesn't always, but if he's able to get more consistent in that category, man, it's a different story with this team. The best teams tend to shoot a lot of free throws. I mean, think about SGA. That dude lives at the free throw line. He also had one rebound, which is low for him, 2 assists, 2 steals, but just super efficient. And you could feel his gravity and his aggression in this game. It helped out everybody on the team. We had some awesome performances from some other players. Sadiq Bey, dude, continues to be so good. He had 20 points again and 13 rebounds. Like it's like 3 games in a row where he's got 10 plus rebounds. So yeah, I love Sadiq Bey playing all these minutes, shooting it pretty well. He's actually a certified bucket getter. He's got some moves to him. And I said this in a previous episode, but like people forgot about Sadiq Bey because he sat out an entire year with injury. But the more games that go on, the more and more comfortable he seems and he looks. And he's turned it into a bona fide starter. Like he's starting right now, with people out injured, but he's making a case for himself to be starting when people come back from injury. Like he might need to be out there with the starters. So another awesome performance from Sadiq Bey. I'd love to see it. Who else? Trey Murphy's good for his 20 points like he always is. Jeremiah Fears, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. But like I alluded to earlier, the bench play in this game was so much better than it has been. You had every single bench player with double-digit points. All 4 people who came off the bench, they did a 9-man rotation. The only player to not score in double digits this game was actually Derek Queen. He had 8 points. He only played 16 minutes. And it really wasn't because he was doing terrible or anything, but let's talk about Yves Missi, who came off the bench in this game. Yves Missi, I want you to hear this number real quick. Listen to this number. Yves Missi had 14 points, 14 rebounds. And of those 14 rebounds, 9 of them were offensive rebounds. And that's the reason the Pelicans didn't play Derek Queen as much, right? Yves Missi was so active, and we use the word a lot, aggressive, but he really was. He was out there boxing out, fighting for rebounds like it was his last chance to do it. The energy that he brought off the bench was huge. Him and Jose, they're cut from the same cloth, man. Jose obviously is like the spark plug off the bench for the Pelicans historically, and it seems like Yves Missi the past couple games has really turned into that too. And for that reason, actually, both of them started the third quarter, which is good. Listen, I mean, James Borrego said, hey, we might need to make some changes to the third quarters because we're still struggling. He didn't play the starting lineup to start out the third quarter coming out of halftime. He put in Jose and Yves Missi because they had some momentum from the first half that he wanted to keep going. And it worked. It worked. They had basically won the third quarter until right at the end. Jose Alvarado had a foul on a heave, and they got to shoot free throws. And Bulls ended up winning the quarter by 1 point. But in reality, the Pelicans outplayed the Bulls in the third quarter, I would say. So the other bench guys, we already talked about Jose and Yves. Micah Peavy, guys, I know I've made the Micah Peavy and Herb Jones comparison like 6 episodes in a row, but you guys, he sporting a new look, new hairdo in this game also. He had 4 steals, he had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He's just the hustle guy, and his man defense is pretty good. I would say he's already slightly above average as a defender. How many games are we in? Not even 20 games into his rookie season. So super encouraging for Micah Peavy. He always wins his minutes when he's out there. Like he makes an impact on the game. And I would say this, I'm guilty of this, and I think a lot of people are guilty of this, but when drafts happen, your team takes somebody in the second round, a lot of times they're not even talked about. Like 99% of the press is going to be Derek Queen, Jeremiah Fears, but I want to shout out Micah Peavy, man. He's been playing like a true NBA player, and I've loved watching him. He plays with that same energy off the bench. And then the last guy who came off the bench was Bryce McGowan's. And I see Bryce McGowan's really as like he's like the 14th guy on this roster. And 15th would probably be DeAndre Jordan. Like, he really shouldn't be playing. And that's not a slight on him because he played really good in this game. But like there were 5 other Pelicans players that did not play in this game because of injury. So really he's getting this opportunity because of injuries. But he stepped up and he played great in his minutes. He had a 3. He actually had some nice passes. He ended with 11 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. So, when your 14th guy on the roster in reality is able to have that type of production off the bench in less than 20 minutes, your odds of winning that game go up significantly. So really the only person I haven't talked about so far is Derek Queen, which you guys are probably shocked because that's who I usually talk about exclusively. Like, I love Derek Queen's game. 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Like I said, he played just about 17 minutes, but it was really because Yves Missi had momentum in his play and was, really doing a good job. So he just ended up getting more minutes. But Derek Queen was good too. I mean, he does his Derek Queen stuff, has some nice passes, some crafty finishes. So while it was Zion leading the team in scoring and really manipulating the opposing defense with his gravity, his cuts, the attention that they have to give him, everybody played good. So I just want to, good job to the Pelicans. I'm happy with your performance tonight. I'm not going to say the defense is still great, right? Because they gave up 130 points, but it was their best offensive game of the year. And at times they looked good defensively. Overall, really good game. Huge team win. The 2 stats that I want to highlight, because looking at these 2 stats, you can tell what happened this entire game. You'll understand why the Pelicans played so much better in this game. So listen to these 2 stats. And this is also an indication that the culture is changing under head coach James Borrego. I watched his interview after this game. I like James Borrego. Listen to these 2 stats. As a team, the Pelicans had 13 steals compared to Chicago's 4 steals, right? They were active, aggressive, and smart, jumping passing lanes, deflecting the ball, sending double teams. And listen to these offensive rebounds, you guys. Chicago had 4 offensive rebounds. The Pelicans had 19 offensive rebounds. 9 of those were Yves Missi, like we said. That level of attacking the glass and second chance points is huge. If that's going to be part of the Pelicans' identity, like we've heard them talk so much about wanting to build an identity, that's something you can build into your identity and have it be a part of your game, is crash the offensive glass, maximize your opportunities to keep the offense going, keep it alive. As long as you're being successful and, making the shot, then you can still get back on defense and you're not gambling too much to where you can't get back on defense, right? And you're giving up fast break points. So finding that balance. But in this game, they did. They didn't give up that many fast break points. So once again, hats off. Zion was great. Sadiq was great. Trey was great. Jose was great. I barely talked about Jose. Jose, 16, 8, and 8 in this game with 2 steals. He's good for 2 steals always, man. I love Jose. He was on triple-double watch. 8 rebounds. I mean, what a stud. That's why I got his jersey back here. Man, I love Jose. That's it for me. I'll be back with another video on Wednesday for you guys, taking on the Memphis Grizzlies, who are actually struggling right now. They're 6-12, and we played them the first game of the season, and it was a close game. Like, this is another game the Pelicans have the potential to win, and I think they genuinely probably should win, if we're being honest. So I'll be back Wednesday with a video covering that game. Leave a like on this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below your thoughts on this team. I appreciate you all, and I will see you on Wednesday. Peace.